Good morning. So last night I camped in Grand Teton National Park. This morning I'm going to get up and get out of here pretty early. It's a little after 7 o'clock right now because I want to go up into Yellowstone and I want to get there and beat the crowds. Anyway, I'm going to pack up here and hit the road, and hopefully won't be too much traffic. So yeah.
Good morning. Welcome to Yellowstone.
Morning.
It looks good. Would you like a map?
I would like one, yes.
There you go.
Thank you, sir. Appreciate it. All right, we're in Yellowstone. Well, this is the first stop in Yellowstone that I've made. I'm currently in Grant Village, walking down to the lake side here. So it's quite calm and peaceful, and actually there's not a lot of people here right now. I'm kind of surprised. It may just be that they've just passed us over and they're all heading down to the geysers, like Old Faithful and whatnot, that are further up the road north from here. This seems like a nice, serene stop. There's an amphitheater here. It's a good place to just stop and soak it all in. So I think this is the big middle lake in Yellowstone. I don't know what it's called. Maybe Lake Yellowstone. I'll find out later. I'm looking off in the distance there, way out there. That's where I'm going, other side of this lake. So I got more driving ahead of me. Stuff to see. So I've arrived at West Thumb Basin. Go check out some little geysers. But first, get our passport canceled. Alright, now that that's taken care of, time to go for a hike. Oh, I can smell the sulfur.
Yes.
Black pool, abyss pool. That looks really deep.
끝까지 다 보이지? 서봐 빨리.
一个这个叫深渊池，但它今天有阳光，看上去是绿色的；对面那个叫飞池，是蓝色的。所以我们行程单上的这两个池，一个是在这边啊，绿色的，一个是蓝色的，因为阳光特别好。这叫深渊池，这个水特别深，没太阳的时候看不到底的。然后那一个池子叫飞池，但是它是蓝色的。然后大家两个池子看好以后，沿着。
Edit it and then I edit it on there first, and then I edit it again for Instagram. Yeah. Oh, that's cute. So I go by. Also got a little video. Some kind of blurry, but it focuses. Yeah, I do like a 10-second clip because Instagram don't like downloading. 人就不该走了。
避税也早。我国其实投资。如果不热的话，就来个不。
Steamy. My glass is just fogged up. This is fishing. It's underwater.
That's a fishing terminal down there. It's underwater. Usually it's above water, and fishermen can catch a fish, reel it in, cook it.
Okay.
Fish it.
I think it's time to head to Old Faithful. Parking lot for Old Faithful. You can see the steam in the distance. I think I'm going the right direction. I'm guessing that's the Old Faithful Inn. Go in there later. Alright, here's the visitor center.
Okay, you are here. Where's that? We're here. There it is. Who would have believed this place would be such a mob scene?
I'm not surprised at all.
I think Disney World has a better way of organizing.
Probably. We'll check out the museum. Estimated eruption time is at 1:20. Oh, this is cool. Had to go back to the car and get my phone. According to all the signs around the visitor center, the next eruption is roughly at 1:20. And right now, it's 12:20. So I have about an hour. So I'm going to go check out the Old Faithful Inn for a bit and go scope out a spot to watch the geyser erupt. Judging how many people are here, I'm sure people are already scoping out sites early. There's one tall chimney. I suppose that's that central fireplace I've heard so much about. Oh, it's a giant clock. Alright, well, I have to go climb the stairs now.
Ask them if they want to set up over there. See the geyser.
I see a barrier. That would be a no. Crow's nest. I'll be going up there. So I guess that's the main entrance of the lodge. Old Faithful Geyser. Get our bearings here.
I think I will.
There's already quite a few people gathering here. So it's not supposed to erupt for another 50 minutes. Well, that was Old Faithful. I honestly expected it to be a lot higher. I'm a little disappointed because I set up my GoPro on a high frame rate to try and catch the water spout coming out. And I think the GoPro overheated, so it started just crapping out and locking up right before the geyser came out. Oh well. It's got plenty of pictures and I got video on this camera, so good enough. Time to head on to the next site. I'm not much of a voiceover guy, but in editing these videos I've come to realize that as this trip wore on, I filmed less and less. I started to provide little to no context about where I'm going or where I'm at. After seeing Old Faithful, I started to drive north of the park. I wanted to stop at Grand Prismatic Spring, but there was nowhere to park. Yellowstone was just very crowded that day. I finally arrived at Madison Junction. This beautiful site at the confluence of the Firehole and Gibbon Rivers is where American explorers gathered in 1870 and came to the realization that Yellowstone and possibly other places should not be privately owned, but preserved for public enjoyment. Hence, we now have the national parks. At this stop, I contemplated my next move. Sometime before the trip, a family member in Washington had passed away, and in a few days, there would be a memorial service for my aunt in Spokane. I wanted to go, but I was wary about the driving distance and how much time I would have to get back to Texas. I had come 1,500 miles to be in Yellowstone. So what's another 500 to get to Spokane? If I stayed in Yellowstone, I could spend quite a few days in the area, exploring, hiking, camping, and then I could return home with several days to spare on my vacation. However, unless I pressed onward, I might not get a chance to see this part of the country again for a very, very long time. In the end, I talked myself into going further west. I drove to West Yellowstone to camp for the night, making my plans to drive further away from home in the morning.